Hello friends, I'm Himanshu Jain. I'm one of the co-founders of the Wall Street School. The Wall Street School is an approved training partner of FRM with GAP. Over the last few years, we have trained thousands of students clear their FRM examination. Now before enrolling for the FRM exam preparation with us, the students ask us a pertinent question. In fact, a request. Can we help them ace the FRM examination in the first attempt? Well, the success of the FRM exam results depends upon the hard work of the candidates, but there is always a better way to structure your preparation so that you can optimally utilize your time and the efforts. And in this video, we're going to discuss exactly that. We're going to cover the general guidelines that you should follow while preparing for the FRM examination, the common mistakes made by the students while preparing for the FRM examination, the general flow of preparation that you should do while preparing for the FRM examination, and the general tips that will help you ace the exam. So in this video, you can jump to the section which intrigues you the most, or you can watch this video from beginning till the end. So let's get started.
Hello everyone, I hope all of you are fit, fine and safe. In today's video, I'll be helping you to create a strategy that will help you to clear FRM Part 1 exam in one go. Right? In this strategy, firstly, I'll be talking about the guidelines that I have for you for your preparation and the mistakes that you should avoid so that you don't fail in your exams. Then we'll be talking about the flow of preparation. This is well researched, followed, and you should be following this particular flow of preparation, that is which chapters to read first and which chapters to be kept for the end, in what order the chapters are to be read. You can follow this. Then I'll be sharing the general tips that I have for you that I've accumulated after teaching for years, and then finally I'll be summarizing the entire video. Do not jump to the summary directly, because a summary is a summary. You'll not get whatever I have said in the entire video. It will just a summary part of it, the main part of the video. So watch the entire video. Firstly, let us start with the preparation guidelines and the mistakes to avoid. This guideline apply to the person who are preparing by themselves or using the help of a coaching student. Firstly, I'll be addressing the persons who are preparing by themselves. Then I'll be talking about coaching students. So if you're preparing by yourself, start early. You need at least 5 to 6 months of study. A period smaller than that is not recommended. Sir, can I study for 1 month and just clear? Answer is no. This is not your typical college exam in which you can study overnight, over week, over month and you will be able to clear. Let's suppose you are a person with super brain capacity and you are able to clear the exams by studying 15 days. But still, in my eyes, you are not employable because you don't understand all these concepts. You have just mugged them up. And the whole purpose of doing such advanced courses is your employability, not getting the degree for the sake of degree, right? So you need 5 to 6 months of study. You need to study every week for 17 to 18 hours, whether you are a working professional or a student. If you're a student, 2.5 hours daily for 7 days will reach 17 and a half hours for the entire week. That is falling within this range, good enough. If you're a working professional, I understand on weekdays you are not available. On weekdays, I'll recommend you to study 1.5 hours. So 5 days a week, you'll be studying 1.5 hours. And on weekends, you have to study more for at least 5 hours. So this will in total take your count to 17.5 hours. So this is you have to do. Is there any other way? No, there is no other way. See, like you have to study means you have to study. There is no other way, right? Okay, if you are using the help of a coaching, maybe online coaching, or you are visiting the center, just follow the coaching instructor. For first 3 months, he'll be teaching you. Along with him, just study for 1 hour daily. Whatever he is instructing you, he himself is a qualified FRM. Please follow his instructions. He have been through all these things. Respect him, right? Study for 1 hour. So you'll be studying 7 hours to 8 hours a week, every week for the 3 months. After your coaching is over, generally coaching lasts 3 months. After your coaching is over, you will have 2 to 3 months for your self-preparation. During these 2 to 3 months, you will be studying 2.5 hours daily, right? If you're a working professional or a student, I don't care, you'll have to study 2.5 hours daily. This will help you to reach again 17.5 hours of self preparation during this 2 to 3 months, right? Along with it, you'll be studying with your coaching, and your coaching instructor will also be providing you with some help. Use it. Don't feel shy of using anyone's help. Okay, this is how early you should start, how much hours you should dedicate. Now let us talk about the material that you should be using, the calculator that you should be using, the questions that you should be solving. Okay, so if you are preparing by yourself or coaching institute student, this guideline applies to both of you. Firstly, let me address the person who is preparing by themselves. See, the study material that you should be using is GARP's Institute module or Schweitzer book. Do not use both of them at the same time. You are reading some chapters from this, some chapters from this, not recommended. Follow one notes from one author, one publication, and follow it 100%. GARP modules are bit bulkier, not much in comparison to Schweitzer notes. Most of the students, most of the times, prefer using Schweitzer notes. Trial and tested, students are able to clear exams after reading these notes. You can also rely on them. The first thing, if you're using GARP's module, please take a printout of it. Do not save it as a PDF and then try to read from that. Spend 500-700 rupees and take a printout. Okay. Now comes the question of practice. You have to practice at least 30 questions from each reading. There are 60 readings in total. 30 questions from each on an average, you'll reach approximately 1800 questions. If you do questions less than 1800, I am not very sure whether you will be able to pass or not. Few readings can have 10 questions. Few readings can have 50 questions. On an average, you'll have to solve 30 questions. Now the question arises, from where will I bring these questions? There are some questions given to you in the notes. You can refer them, but these are just preliminary questions. What you can do is, over internet, just search FRM question banks. There are ample sites, ample publications that are giving these questions, including us. We also provide good amount of questions, good quality of questions that matches exam level to our students. You can try us also. So buy question bank from them and you have to practice them, right? There's no alternative. You have to practice means you have to practice. You have to be in top 50 percentile to clear the exams. This applies to coaching institute as well as the people who are preparing by themselves. You have to be in the top 50 percentile. But while you are preparing, prepare that you want to be in top 70 percentile, right? Prepare for the best, but get ready for the worst. Worst can happen. In the worst case scenario also, you'll be able to pass if you're able to stay in the top 50 percentile. The calculator, many people try to delay the use of calculator. They think that it's a simple machine with some numbers. I'm a genius, I can use it on the last day. Why to practice on calculator? Or why to practice on the calculator that I'll be using on the exam day? Let's bring on our citizen calculator that is not recommended by GARP. Practice on the calculator that is recommended by GARP. My personal recommendation is BA2+. Most of the students uses this Texas Instruments BA2+ calculator, and it's a fairly reliable, very long lasting calculator. You can use that. Okay. If you are going to a coaching institute, first of all, you are recommended to use the notes provided by your instructor. That person have worked really hard to give you that quality of notes. If in case that coaching institute have a proven track record of helping students to qualify the exams, use them, no worries. Or many times, many coaching institutes uses the Schweitzer notes or maybe GARP Institute's module. Just rely on them. Whatever you have read in your coaching, rely on those notes. Once the coaching is over, don't try to switch notes. Whatever you have read in your coaching, using whichever notes you have read, please rely on them. Your coaching instructor have worked really hard if he have created his own notes, or he is having sufficient experience to teach these notes, whether it's GARP's Institute's module or Schweitzer notes, right? Practice the coaching institute's question. We provide FRM coaching and we help students with n number of questions. First of all, you'll have to practice that. If in case your coaching institute is not providing you with enough questions, on an average 30 questions, then you can plan to buy questions from various publications available over internet. Otherwise, you don't need to. Your coaching institute's questions are good enough, right? Percentile, obviously for you also 50 percentile is at least that you should be targeting. But while you are preparing, prepare like you want to be in the top 70 percentile. Calculator, BA2 plus. Right? The people who go to coaching institutes are generally, they are good at the use of calculator because their coaching instructor from the very first day is asking them to bring calculator and practice along with them. So develop habit of using this calculator, BA2 plus. And believe me, this is better than scientific calculator for your financial questions. Okay, now let us talk about the flow of preparation that you should be following in order to clear the exams in one go. This is trial and tested. First of all, you should be reading the basics about risk. This is reading 1 to 4 and 7 to 11. This is the foundations. This is just the basic part, theory questions, right? Then fundamentals of quantitative analysis. This will be probability, univariate random variables, common variate random variables, these things. Reading 12 to 16 and then reading 23 is related to calculating correlation, calculating Jagg-Barra test and all. Very simple readings. Then regression and hypothesis. Many students find this difficult, but this should be done in one go. Reading 17 to 22. This is bit more practical. Few chapters are very practical, few chapters are very theoretical. Especially the time series part is very difficult. So try to read them twice, thrice if in case you're not able to absorb them in once. Then start, like this was a difficult part, then relax down a bit, cool down a bit. Read about the basics of financial markets, reading 25 to 27. And then you'll move into derivatives, futures and options. Futures reading 28 to 35 and options reading 36 to 39. This is in book 3. And reading 58 to 60, this is in book 4, right? Once you are done with futures and options, typically the last part of options 58, 59, 60, these are the difficult ones where you have binomial model, Black-Scholes and option Greeks. These are a bit complicated, spend sufficient time with them, try to understand instead of mugging them up. Then again cool down a bit, move to interest rate. The entire reading of interest rate other than few chapters is very easy. So reading 40 to 44 of book 3 and 53 to 57 of book 4. Then you move towards the difficult and the newer part. Measurement of risk. You will be reading about VAR, stress testing, Weizsäck model and all these things. Reading 52 to 45 to 52. And then there are some miscellaneous topics that you have left. So reading 5, reading 6 from book 1 and reading 24 of bootstrapping from book 2. This is the flow that you should be following. I don't recommend any alteration in this, right? Okay. Now let us move ahead and let me give you some general tips that will help you a lot. So first of all, you should not be focusing on mugging up things. Even if you start early and say, I would want to mug up the entire chapter, entire syllabus, not recommended. This is an analytical exam. You won't be able to clear it if you don't understand the concepts. The options are very tricky. Like out of 4 options given by the institute, 2 will be a clear no, but 2 of them will be very tricky. Unless you have analytical understanding of the concept, you cannot answer them correctly. Out of sheer luck, maybe you can, but not always, right? Approximately 50% of the time, you should be practicing. Practice. At least 1800 questions. Right? Practice is the key. No matter how many times you go through the entire syllabus, if in case you don't practice, you are doomed. You won't be able to clear the exams. You need to practice lots and lots of questions. In the last 30 days, I will say majority of the time you should be like practicing the question instead of revising, right? Just give a quick review of the entire chapter and then practice questions. Then you need to complete syllabus to be in this position so that you can browse through chapter very quickly and then practice the question. You need to complete the entire syllabus at least 2.5-3 months before the exam. If till the last month you're bothered by completing the syllabus, when will you practice? The first revision should be 2 months before the exam. Then you will practice more questions. Then there will be second revision. 1 month before the exam, then you'll have to again practice the question, and then the third and the final revision will be 15-20 days before exam. Then you'll practice more question, right? Practice at least 2 to 3 mocks. These mocks are provided by institute. One practice paper is given by institute of 25 questions and another is of 100 questions. These are really good questions. Just practice them. This will help you a lot to understand, and I will recommend you to solve this 1 month before the exam, so that you can realize what are the mistakes that you are making and you will have sufficient time to repair those mistakes. And once you are done, just 1 day before exams, don't panic. I'm not able to recall this. Let's read this formula. Let me do this. Let me do that. Just take a good 7-8 hours of sleep. Go with confidence into the exam hall where your exams will be conducted, and just try to perform your best. Whatever needs to be done is already done in last 5 to 6 months. You cannot do anything in last 5 to 6 hours if you have not done anything in last 5-6 months. So just relax and go to the exams and just kill it, right? Okay, so a quick summary of the entire discussion is now I'm going to give. Start early, at least 5 to 6 months. Complete the entire syllabus in 3 months. Keep 3 months, 2.5 months for practice and revisions. At least 3 months, 3 revisions before the exams, and solving at least 1800 questions before the exams. And you are 100% guaranteed to clear the exams. So that's it. That's the preparation strategy I have for you guys. I hope all of you will be able to clear your FRM exams in one go. All the best. If in case you have any queries related to this video or in general related to FRM part 1, feel free to reach us at thewallstreetschool.com or in the comment section below. Thank you.